Hi guys, what is going on? Jack from Minifigs here, and today I'm going to be talking about 10 of the best LEGO Star Wars sets that are retiring in 2023. And stay tuned to the channel as I'll be doing more videos like this talking about other themes such as Marvel, DC, Ninjago and many others. And just like this video, I'll be discussing which LEGO sets out of those themes are going to be the best ones to pick up. But getting back to the video now, in our list of the top 10 LEGO Star Wars sets to buy this year, we have Luke's X-Wing. Although I personally believe it probably should have been $5, maybe even $10 cheaper than what it's priced at, this is still a pretty decent set for someone who wants to get into LEGO Star Wars without having to pay massive amounts of money. And it comes with 4 very good minifigures, 3 of which are main characters to the Star Wars franchise. What also goes in this set's favour is that the X-Wing is arguably one of Star Wars' most iconic spaceships. Another little thing that goes in this set's favour for me is the Princess Leia minifigure. I personally think it's a really good minifigure, and I think it could easily see a little price increase once this set retires. So if you're able to get this set at more than 20% off on a sale for say £35 or less, then I think you could be in for a really good deal, and that would certainly be a good price point to pick up this set at. Moving on to our 9th place, we have the Hoth ATST. This set is priced exactly the same as Luke's X-Wing. It's $44.99 in the UK and $49.99 in the US and Europe, which again is not too bad, but I probably still wouldn't pick up this set any less than 30% off. I think picking it up for about £30 or $30 would be a pretty good deal, and that just gives you that little bit of extra room for profit margins in the future. And I have actually seen this set go down to £30 before, on Argos I do believe, so it is possible that it will go back down to that price. But as for the set itself, again, it's a fairly solid set, featuring 3 decent minifigures. But again, just like the previous LEGO set we looked at, Luke's X-Wing, the reason I've put this set in the list is because it's an iconic Star Wars vehicle, and besides the ATST Raider, which has flopped since its retirement, most of the ATSTs tend to do fairly well post-retirement. So if you are interested in picking this set up, make sure you grab it before the end of the year. In at our 8th spot, we have the Tuscan Raider Brickhead. So I put the Tuscan Raider brickheads at 8th spot because this set actually has a few things going for it. For starters, it's had a fairly short shelf life, which means that over the course of the time that it's released, not as many people will be able to pick it up. Thus, when it comes to reselling, there'll be less competition. Another thing that bodes well for this Tuscan Raider brickheads is the fact that nearly all the previous brickheads have done really well in the aftermarket. Some of their prices, to say that they were only £10 or $10 in the first place, well, let's just say you could get some really good returns on these sets. And although the Tuscan Raider isn't exactly a main character in the Star Wars franchise, the actual design of his brickheads is really impressive, especially when it comes to the detailing on the mask. The designers certainly did a really good job, and I'd be really surprised if people don't want to pick up this brickheads after it's retired. And with it only being priced at $9.99 in the UK, the US and in Europe, it's a really nice low buy-in point. So you really could stock up on a ton of these and not feel it too much in your wallet. And at number 7, we have the Dark Trooper Attack. This really was a great set when it was first released, and most LEGO Star Wars enthusiasts were eager to get their hands on this set, mainly because of the 3 Dark Troopers that came in the set. Mainly because the design of the Dark Troopers was so cool and unique at the time, and with you being able to get 3 in a pack for relatively cheap, you'd easily be able to army build them. And although the retail price was so overpriced that they even had to lower the recommended retail price in basically all stores across England, if you are able to get this set on a good discount, I'd say 30, even 40% or lower, then I'd say that's a pretty good deal for what you're getting, as it's going to be a pretty solid battle pack when it retires. It's probably also worth adding that even the Luke Skywalker minifigure, which is often slept on by investors, may actually turn out to be a good investment, and I'll tell you why. He's going to go really well with the new Jabba's Palace diorama set, which is due to come out later this year, and doesn't include a Luke Skywalker minifigure. And the costume he wears in this set is identical to the one he wears in Return of the Jedi in that exact scene in Jabba's palace. So people may end up buying this set in order to get the Luke Skywalker minifigure and then put him in that diorama set. And for number 6 we have Boba Fett's Throne Room. This is a pretty good set, with a really good selection of minifigures, some of which are actually unique to this set, which is always a big bonus when it comes to reselling sets. And most sets based off of Jabba's palace tend to do well post-retirement. However, there is a dark cloud looming that might go against buying this set. And that is the rumour that, thanks to Bricklicker, and thanks for the scoop on this, it's rumoured that there's going to be a Jabba's Throne Room released for $70 on May the 1st. And I think this really could devalue Boba Fett's Throne Room as a set. I mean, this is just my opinion, and I'd love to hear all your thoughts in the comments on this one, but this new Jabba's Throne Room that's rumoured to release May the 1st looks like a far better set than Boba Fett's Throne Room. It comes with arguably better minifigures, and is cheaper. So I really would be a little cautious when it comes to investing in this set. I just think that new rumour of Jabba's Throne Room diorama could potentially throw a spanner in the works. But hey, it's a good set and it has a very good selection of minifigures, so I could be totally wrong. And in at number 5 we have the TIE Fighter. When it comes to Star Wars Lego sets, the TIE Fighter is usually about as middle of the road as you can possibly get. You never really get bad TIE Fighters, they're all fairly decent, and this is definitely one of the better TIE Fighters that Lego has ever made, and it has a fairly cheap retail price. And one good thing about this set is that it always seems to be on sale. You can find it on Amazon at times for about $32, and you can even find it in England sometimes for only £23, so almost 50% off the retail price, which is brilliant. And I genuinely think that if you're able to pick up this Lego set for about $30 or £20, then I think that would leave you in a pretty good place for you to be able to see a quick return on your investment once the set retires. But getting into exactly what I like about this set in itself, first of all, I think the actual build of it looks pretty sturdy. It doesn't look like a cheap TIE Fighter like maybe some of the older models, where some of the old ones haven't exactly been terrible sets, but they've just looked a little flimsy for my liking. But this one looks really good, and it's got a nice little selection of minifigures, which is certainly an added bonus. But one other thing that I think is actually going to really help this set perform well when it retires is that it's going to really complement well the brand new TIE Bomber that's just been released and that people are really liking. I can quite easily see that people will be picking up the TIE Bomber and then quite likely picking up a few TIE Fighters to go with it. And there will probably be quite a lot of collectors that are going to have the TIE Bomber and the TIE Fighter up on the shelf together, because they both will look really cool next to one another. So I genuinely think that new TIE Bomber set is going to really help out this TIE Fighter set post-retirement. And in at number 4 we have Dagobah Jedi Training Diorama. This is a set that personally I think has really gone under the radar the last year or so. I've not really seen many people talking about it or hyping it up, and I'm not really sure why. Personally, I think the diorama sets are actually a really good idea because they're targeted at more of an adult audience, and they're all based off some of the most popular scenes out of all of Star Wars. And the diorama sets that do contain minifigures usually have exclusive minifigures to that set, which is something that will always boost a LEGO set's desirability once it's retired. And this set in particular has 2 exclusive LEGO Star Wars minifigures, that being Luke Skywalker and the Muddy R2-D2. And with some of the recent leaks that have come out concerning some of the diorama sets that are going to be releasing later this year, it certainly looks like LEGO are really going to be pushing forward with these diorama sets. And just like with the helmet series that LEGO's been releasing recently, I think there's going to be real collectability with all these diorama sets. LEGO Star Wars fans probably won't just be buying only one of these diorama sets, they'll be trying to collect the whole set. And I think the Dagobah Jedi Training diorama was definitely the better out of the 3 LEGO sets. So this is one that you're definitely going to want to keep your eye out for, especially when it goes on sale. And in at number 3 we have the Mos Eisley Cantina. Now this LEGO set certainly isn't going to be for your average investor. Because let's be honest, not every LEGO investor is going to want to spend $300–400 on one LEGO set. However, despite its massive price tag, there will still be a market for this kind of set once it's retired. And let's be honest, this set has so much going for it. It really is brilliantly designed. This set has the ability to be both a perfect display piece, but also just an amazing LEGO set if you want to play with it. When you look at the sheer amount of detail that has been put into this set, and then on top of that, the amazing roster of minifigures that come with this set, it really has to go down as one of the best LEGO Star Wars sets ever made. And speaking of minifigures, a lot of the minifigures in this LEGO set are actually exclusive, so you won't find them in any other set. So that's something that's really going to help boost the price of this LEGO set once it retires. So don't be too scared of this price. Although, I'm not telling just anyone to go out and buy this LEGO set. This really is going to be a bit of a niche set, and it's going to be in a niche market once it's retired. Because let's face it, not everyone has $400–500 to just throw around on LEGO. But at the same time, there are going to be those that collect LEGO that are willing to pay a premium price for one of the best LEGO Star Wars sets ever made. And in at number 2, we have the Razor Crest. This LEGO set is so well designed and so accurate that it gives its big brother a run for its money. And this is another one of those sets, similar to the Eisley Cantina, that's going to look great on your shelf, but also has a real playability factor to it. So if you have invested in this LEGO set, but when it comes to reselling, you can be appealing to two markets. Parents that want to buy their kids a really fantastic and cool LEGO spaceship to play with, one that they can no longer get hold of, and also more adult LEGO collectors that are looking to maybe just have it on display somewhere. And what's great about the price point of this LEGO set is that usually when you reach about $100 or more for a LEGO set, you'll start to see a lot less LEGO investors investing in that product, simply because it's more expensive than other LEGO sets. Which is great news if you do invest in this LEGO set, because that means there'll be a lot less competition when it comes to reselling. The only slight negative to this LEGO set is, besides the Baby Yoda or Grogu, and besides the Mandalorian in his rarer brown armour, I'd say the minifigures are a little bit lackluster for such an expensive LEGO set. However, for how good the actual LEGO set in itself is, I would not at all be surprised to see this LEGO set double very quickly in value once it's retired. And something that I think bodes well for this LEGO set is the fact that although yes, it has had quite a long shelf life, it's been out for many years now, it is still an extremely popular LEGO set which is constantly selling online, and because of that fact, it actually very rarely ever goes on sale. So that's a really good sign for the future of this LEGO set, the fact that even though it's still out now and it has been out for many years, people are still desperate to get hold of this LEGO set. And in for our top pick at number 1, we have the Republic Fighter Tank. This LEGO set has almost everything you'd want out of a LEGO Star Wars set. The price isn't too bad, it's got fantastic minifigures and a decent vehicle to top it off. And I'm going to start off with the only thing that I'd say is maybe a slight negative to this set, and that is the vehicle. I mean, for what you get, it is decent. However, I do think it's not quite as good as some of the older versions of the Republic Fighter Tank. The proportions are a little off, and it ends up looking like it has a fat belly in comparison to a lot of the older, sleeker models, which just look aesthetically a lot more pleasing. With that being said though, 99% of people who are going to be looking to buy this LEGO set are not going to be buying it for the build, they will be buying it for the phenomenal minifigures that come in this set. So taking a look at the minifigures, and starting off, we've got 2 plain battle droids, nothing too fancy. And then moving on, we've got that really cool looking Mace Windu minifigure, which has got a lot of detail on it. It's got printing on the legs, a good amount of detail on the torso, and then some really cool arm printing that really just gives it that nice extra little bit of accurate detailing. And obviously this is the Clone Wars era Mace Windu, so you've got all the Clone Wars armour on him. And I think the armour that's on his arms in particular looks really cool, especially with the Republic symbol on the armour. So yeah, that's the first great minifigure. And then moving on, and what most people will be buying this set for, is the fantastic Clone Trooper minifigures that are included in this set. So these are clones from the 187th Legion, and thus they've got bits of purple on their armour, which is clearly a nod to Mace Windu's purple lightsaber. So you've got two regular 187th Legion clone troopers, and then you've got one 187th Legion clone commander, which is the one with a different helmet. And I personally think that the purple actually goes really well with the clone trooper armour. It looks really different and unique to a lot of the other clones we've seen in the past, and you can easily see why people are constantly buying this set, because it's quite likely they'll be buying a few of these sets and army building the clone troopers. And to be honest, the clone troopers that come in this set are the main reason that I personally am going to be stocking up on a ton of these LEGO sets. They're all unique to this set, and it's very unlikely that we will ever see another set containing the 187th Legion troopers. So that's really going to add to their rarity. But on top of that as well, there has been massive shortages of this LEGO set, and as a result you barely ever see any on the shelves. Sometimes you're able to buy it on the LEGO store or from Tesco's in the UK, but other than that, this set is not to be seen anywhere. And all of these problems with supply shortages and delays in shipping is leading to people not being able to get hold of this LEGO set. So if you are able to get hold of a few of these LEGO sets, either at a local store or if you're lucky enough to get them online, I really would say that this LEGO Star Wars set would be my top pick to invest in 2023, for the simple fact that this has really desirable minifigures and not many people have been able to get hold of this LEGO set. So once this set retires, there's going to be a heck of a lot less product than there are customers willing to pay for it. So you're basically going to have the perfect condition to resell this LEGO set once it retires. So guys, what did you think to my top 10 LEGO Star Wars sets to invest in for 2023? Are there any sets you think I should have put in this list? Let me know down in the comments, as I always love listening to what you have to say. But anyway guys, thanks for watching this video, I really appreciate it as always, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. See you later.